Hello Legionnaires and fellow Napoleonic enthusiasts, welcome to Field Command Napoleon, a mod for Napoleon Total War that really does give off the grand scale of Napoleonic battles in Total War really. So I mean, you think NTW3 battles are big, Field Command Total War takes it to a whole new level. I mean, we have 35,000 men on this battlefield here as we have France and Wittenberg pushing forward against the Russians here in this one. It is the battle for Moscow, and there is going to be a huge amount of bloodbath in this one. It's going to be some huge line battle. I can already see the Russian lines come forward here. I mean, units are 250 men like each, and that's a average size unit. Some are even larger. And as you can see here, we have, like, I mean, units for cavalry, I feel like are smaller than they are in NTW3. Like, I'm seeing average about 50. Some of them a bit even smaller. So, I mean, we've got some large ones as well. But yeah, I'd say average size about 50. But yeah, infantry units are about 250. So yeah, you're getting 1,000 men alone with 4 units. And yeah, most armies have got very much more than 4 units of infantry here. We have differences. There is less sort of like specifics in like a unit sort of it's just called musketeer battalion something. If you're going to compare the two mods, yeah, the musketeer battalion, while like obviously in NTW3 they specify the exact regiment, and so there's very much like historical accuracy on that sort of front. They kind of just go a bit more vague, a bit more like vanilla, in the sense that this is, yeah, musketeer battalion. We've got some like militia here. They're 300-man unit. Then we've got I'll see if I can find some of them. They've got Russian German Legion battalion. They look a little different. I guess these are like Germans that came and served the Russians. And then over here we've got Grenadiers. They look a little different. I guess they got like the gold on their shakos there. And then over here we have the Lifeguard Foot Battalion. Again, a little bit different, a bit more finery going on. They're a small unit of 200. But and also somewhere, I'm pretty sure, Grenadiers, Lifeguards, where they got their Germans again. There are Pavlos Grenadiers. I've seen them around as well somewhere. And but yeah, they're kind of the most variety I've seen so far for the Russians in the sense of infantry. They've got some Jaegers as well setting up. I mean, Jaegers are like 50-man. Oh no, they're big actually. They're pretty big. Jaeger battalion's like 190. They're actually a pretty large unit. The light infantry as well. They're setting up here. Good to see. The French are coming forward. I'm loving that I can actually see their units. Battalion of Fusiliers. Can't see this in NTW3. I'll give them that. I can actually see what unit it is. I kind of like that and kind of don't at the same time, because yeah, as an opponent, I don't know if I'd want the enemy to see what I brought. They've got Marines here of like a battalion of Marines. And then we've got the old guard back here. The VL guard. Cool to see them. They're a pretty, yeah, 200-man unit. I imagine they'll be getting a lot of artillery fire. What else we got here? Hussars. Yeah, lots of Fusiliers, which is just going to be their typical line infantry. But yeah, they're setting up. And then way over on the other side, we have guards, like Polish lancers from the guard there. We have Wittenberg with its infantry moving up now as well, which is good to see. They look like they're just getting into battle. Are the skirmishers here? The King's Own Jaeger battalion here. They're doing God's work there, trying to get some work done. God's Wolf Light battalion. Now that's cool. They're also kind of in, like, you know, very bright, good-looking uniform. That's for sure. And then we have another French army over here. So there's 3 French armies, Wittenberg and Wittenberg, and we have the regiment of cuirassiers coming forward here. Okay, they're going straight in for something by the looks of it. Got some guard Jaeger, not sorry, just battalion of Jaeger Swiss. I thought they were guards, but then they're definitely not. Yeah, I don't know what regiment of cuirassiers is supposed to be. They're in like orange almost. They're not in their typical blue. We can see the battalion of Fusiliers shooting with some people over there, but hard to say what. But yes, I thought between updates, I thought I'd show off a Field Command Total War battlefield today. So it's just a bit of a little different feel to Napoleon. You can see some other mods that are out there if you guys are interested. It's not compatible with NTW3, which is why I'm showcasing it now before I move on to 9.4. But yeah, it's certainly something a bit different. I imagine battles are equally going to be slow paced Very tactical. We'll see. I do like that they have the markings of, like, you can tell what unit it is. So, like, yeah, you can see there's a musketeer regiment without even having to, like hover over it. You can tell musketeer regiment by the markings on there, which is very cool. What's over here? We've got mounted rifles. So I imagine these like a chasseur cheval or something like that, almost for the Russians. They're going in. They look like they're going to try and take out some of these Swiss Jaegers, doing a decent job. And now in comes the Uhlans, you know, Chevaliers of the Guard as well coming in. Yeah, a lot of Guard here, and they are going in. Got artillery also going off. Different sounds as well for like muskets and for artillery, which is interesting. And we got an enemy general dead already? You're serious? Okay. Wow, Russia's already lost a general. Bennigsen over here being hit by artillery. They are, yeah, getting hit hard. Big bodyguards as well, actually. 40-man units. But yeah, Bennigsen already being hit there. What do we got here? Uhlans as well being shredded. We've got, like, Guard cuirassiers here. They're being hit as well. I have seen Russian cuirassiers as well dotted around while I've been, before the battle started. So, it seems like they have brought their fair share of heavy cavalry as well. But yeah, lots of artillery right now being traded. What is back here? Hussars. Young Guard, of course. They look more like a skirmish unit than an actual infantry unit, though. Are they just in loose formation or something? But they definitely should be line infantry. I don't know why they're so interspersed like this. Very strange, very strange. What else we got here? Battalion of conscripts. Okay, so these are just like provisional infantry. Which is more like the late period of France, really. But that's still cool that they're there. Yeah, I don't like that the Young Guard are so spread out like this. Doesn't really make much sense to me, but there you go. I don't know if everyone can form square like in NTW3. That'll be interesting to see as well. I mean, obviously skirmishers can't, the Trilliers and Voltigeurs will not be forming square, but I wonder if, yeah, like there's conscripts and like line infantry can all form square. In NTW3, obviously, it depends on certain qualities, like you have that ability if you're a more elite trained unit. But in vanilla, everything can form square. That's also a big thing. And we'll have to see whether field command kind of goes more down the NTW3 route or the vanilla route. But yeah, it seems like Russia right now kind of just fighting for this this town, I guess, a little bit, but not too much. Yeah, here you go. Pavlovsk Grenadiers back here. They are the got their very iconic hat on. They look very much similar to the ones that are in NTW3 mostly. So that's cool to see them in action when they get into bayonet charges, which I'm sure they will. It seems like the French are taking a long time to set up and just making a decision on where they're going to try and punch through. What else we got here? More conscripts. Hopefully they're decent and can push through. But yeah, Young Guard, I don't know why they're in this sort of formation. They're just supposed to be a huge skirmish unit or something. I don't know if I like that. That's the historical part of me is not a fan of that, I'm not going to lie. But yeah, if you want to check out Field Command, there's a new version, but I am playing on 6.0 here. The 6.1 I think is a new version. If you want to check out that, I'll leave a link for it in the description if you want to try it out. Something a little bit different from NTW3. But it's a very fun mod by the looks of it. They have got a lot of different factions in there as well that you can pick from, which is good. And kind of just merges together all of the eras. Is a bit different to NTW3 where they have obviously different eras for armies. They just have like a lot of different unique factions, which NTW3 used to have and then got rid of, which I was a bit upset by, to be fair. But yeah, you got like Wettenberg is like a faction in its own right, which is great. And there's a few other small like factions like Confederation of the Rhine that are in their own faction as well, which is great. These musketeer battalions though are getting hit hard by artillery. I mean, 185 is insane. Not seen too much in the way of action yet though. No one getting really into a proper line fight just yet. But my gosh, this looks good. Thanks to the artillery here. Smoke going off around. We've got Tushin's battery here, 12 pounders. They've lost a gun already. One of these 12 pounders is still operational. But yeah, I don't know who's going to make the first move. I imagine the French have to be the aggressors. Looking at the description of what I got sent. This is the battle for Moscow or the battle of Borodino, whatever you prefer to call it. There you go. Firing his round off. I imagine hitting infantry in front. Well, actually, they might be not going for the conscripts. They might be going for the more nasty stuff in the back, which is actually still more conscripts. This is all just conscripts here. Are they just going for sheer weight or something? I don't know, like sheer numbers, just try and smash their way through. Might work, I don't know. I don't really play field command, so I don't really know any of the strategies or anything like that. But it looks like we're going to see a cavalry charge here from a hussar unit. That's coming forward here. And their bright blue uniforms. I don't know whether they've changed the models. I haven't played the vanilla or field commands really, so I don't really know. Well, I played vanilla, but a long time ago, I guess, is what I meant to say. So I can't remember what their models look like, but they look very similar to vanilla models. Hussars coming forward here, although at least they were going to. They changed their minds. I'd imagine cavalry are going to go for things like cannons, generals, skirmishers, that sort of thing. Other cavalry. I doubt they'll be going for infantry. Like I said, I imagine infantry here can form square, got pretty good counters to it, but we'll see. One certain thing is that the Russians have a really good position with these artillery here. 6-pounders on top of this hill here have a very good view of everything ahead of them. But they can see all the French arrayed right in front of them. The Russians giving more and more ground. I think they were just upset about these artillery pieces that are pounding away at them. Oh, looks like we are seeing a bit of a line fight here. Maybe. What are you firing at? Got battalion of Voltigeurs. The Fusiliers are moving forward gradually. I feel like both sides being very, very pacifist right now. Take a long time to reload. A good soldier should be able to fire 2 to 3 rounds a minute in any weather. I didn't see that from you guys. Apparently Russia doesn't want to fight down this tiny little alley here. Probably for the best, to be honest. I'd retreat, let the French into the square, make the square into a bit of a killing ground if you're going to let them in. Got musketeers here, they're patiently getting ready. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of men to be killed here, and they're taking their fair time and getting ready. It was just bombardment after bombardment. So anyway, I might just make a cut until the French are ready to assault. It doesn't look like they're getting ready anytime soon, these battalion of conscripts. So yeah, I will make a cut, and I'll see you guys when the action truly gets underway. So here we go, we are back. It wasn't too long until the Russians decided to make a bit of a charge with their hussars. And it does seem as though every single unit here can form square. That's a line infantry unit. I don't know how much of a fan of that. I mean, I guess. I mean, if these are elite units, like, they could be, I guess. Prince Frederick Infantry Regiment. I guess they could be, but I don't think they are. They're just average infantry units here. But yeah, it just seems as though most units can form square in field command. So that's going to kind of makes cavalry a bit more redundant, which is what I quite like about NTW3, that it can actually do stuff. But here we go. Shots are firing. I don't know why they're silent. They shouldn't really be. But yeah, shots are going off now. So I guess we are officially into a bit of a line battle. Yeah, over here as well. Wittenberg also opening up with his shots. Are Russia going to respond? Are they not? Or maybe they're not in range. I don't know. Here we go. Volleys going off. Glorious stuff. The line is looking awesome. It really does. I don't know why I've lost musket sound though. That's a bit strange. Oh, and already look at that. Musketeer battalion breaking at 169 men. So yeah, as I kind of guessed, units would probably break fairly quickly. Like 250 men aren't going to fight down to 14 guys or something like that. They are going to break fairly high. So yeah, as you see there, Musketeer battalion already breaking. This is a hole in the line. Whether Wittenberg will take advantage of that, I do not know. Also, what have we got here? Colonel Atik. So I'm presuming there's like attack column. Yeah, these are 260 man units. They're just like big infantry columns. They're going to go straight through here, I think, and just try and make a a punch through. I imagine they got pretty good melee stats or something like that. Battalion of Fusiliers. Yeah, here they go. The French are getting the go-ahead, it looks like, to go into this forest, challenge the Russians in here. You gonna fire? You gonna do anything? Your Emperor desires you to win this battle, men. Fight hard. I can hear some shots going off, but not many. There we go. I can hear some muskets firing. Don't know whether musket sounds just bugged. I don't know. Yeah, it seems like Wittenberg made the first push, took the first few Russians out. I don't know if they re-rallied. They might have, I think, actually. 148. Looks like they might have re-rallied. I can't see the routing units just yet. Prince Titoli is also taking a lot of shots from somewhere. Both sides seem like they're both firing howitzers and just inflicting each other's casualties. And they also seem like they're going for generals, which seems a bit scummy in my opinion. But hey, I don't know what Field Command's sort of like rules are, whether it's okay to snipe generals or not. I'd certainly be pushing hard on this Russian army here, though. It's stretched out a lot. They are thinly stretched. You punch through in one spot as the French, you're probably looking pretty good. Lots of mounted rifles over here. Plus, they lost a general here. Von Bennigsen's dead, if I remember. We've actually got a lot of reserves. Pavlov's Grenadiers, more Chevalier Guards. This might be 2 armies almost combined. I'm not sure, but yeah, lots and lots of musketeer battalions that could be broken through. But I guess they're using a lot of battalion conscripts. So here we go. We're going to see a big cavalry charge. Surely the conscripts cannot form square, but yeah, it looks like Russia is committed here. In they go. Surely these conscripts cannot form square. Doesn't look like they can. And in they go. They're going to start slicing and dicing these mountain rifles. Doesn't look like they're very good in melee, though. They are, yeah. It doesn't seem like cavalry has that hitting power that it can in other, like it does in other games. Like even I think in Napoleon Total War, just base vanilla, they can do some damage if units form square. There you go. Yeah, certainly in NC3 is where they would probably have done some damage, probably broken that unit. Now we're going to see a French Hussar make a counter charge here. Here we go. They're going to go for the guns. Surely these Russians will fire. No, they didn't. Are they all fire at will or something? I don't know. But yeah, French Hussars getting in there, and they'll take out that final 12-pounder there. They're going to get responded here by Uhlans of Russia. Funnily enough, actually, that gun hasn't broken yet. It's still rallied. There you go. It's finally gone now, as I said that. I can hear some shots going off, but I don't know who from. I think it's from the French over there with their tirailleurs. That cavalry unit should break, though. I think those Hussars, looks like they're going to try and retreat in good order. Yeah, it looks like they might, actually. They might just about get out of there okay. The Uhlans could chase them. But no, the Hussars are going to survive, so that's good to see at least. And yeah, here we go. Russia and Wittenberg are very much in a line battle now. And here we go. We're getting musket sounds again. The smoke going off, though, is epic. Look at that. There you go. Russia moving forward. Oh, explosions going off. I kind of like the sound of the cannons, but I don't know. I guess it's like the bounce and the shrapnel flying off. That's that sound it's trying to recreate. We're going to see a mounted rifle charge forward. What they're going to go for? The skirmishers, maybe? The Jaegers? They're going to charge first into the infantry here. They're forming square. Could go for this Jaeger, and then there's the general behind, which is Van Damme, Dominic Van Damme. Yeah, looks like they're going to charge into the square. How wise an idea that was, I do not know. I know squares are very, very strong in Napoleon Total War. Field Command, I imagine the same. Yeah. So they fully shattered that unit. Don't mess with squares in this game. We've got Life Chevalier regiment here, so that's a pretty elite cav unit. Line battle still going on along here as well. Russia and France very much in a pretty brutal fight here. But I imagine these conscripts, yeah, they're probably not winning this. These men have been given a rifle about 2 weeks ago and told to go and fight for their emperor. They don't really want to be here. Another fire. There we go. There we go. Very good, boys. Very good. We're seeing artillery being dragged forward as well. 8-pounders here being pulled forward to the front lines. Might need to replace this battalion fusilier in a moment. The battle is raging on. No one's really even looks like they're going to break anytime soon. Mounted rifles, they're going in for these Voltigeurs. They might have overcommitted by the looks of it. They're trying to run out of there. Kicking up some dust as they go. Oh, this is the problem in sort of like Napoleon in an empire. Like, part of the unit just stays behind. It's so frustrating. They're going to get cut down. That might break that unit, actually. I don't know how like cheap these mounted rifles are. But yeah, I was about to say, I don't know how cheap these mounted rifles are, but they are like, their morale is made of like paper. It's paper thin morale. It's pretty brutal. Poor rifleman. Musketeers here setting up, taking a lot of hits. I feel like artillery is like the king in this mod. Infantry don't seem like they're doing too much in the way of damage to each other. They're also, well, I don't know. I can see a fair few bodies here. It seems like Weddenberg is certainly getting beaten back, actually, by the Russians. The French, kind of hard to say. Yeah, numbers are dropping. We've got more Hussars of France here. Look pretty cool. Look pretty cool. What else we got back here? There's Guard Chevaliers. And we've also got the Grenadier. We've got the Grenadiers of the Guard, like on horseback. That's a pretty, like Ledoux. It's a pretty scary unit in NTW3. I imagine it is the same here. We actually have Napoleon himself. He's on that side there. We've got more like Hussars. The old Guard back in reserve as well. Yeah, they are. So he has got a pretty nice army on this right flank here. And like I said, I feel like this is the flank that the French can break through. The Russians lost their general here. So this would be the best place to try and break through. But let me know what you think in the comments about Field Command Total War. I'm still undecided. I feel like the epicness and the scale in NTW3 is better. I feel like some of the battles that I've featured on the channel of NTW3, explosions are a lot more like epic, and I feel like the chaos is a bit more. I don't know, it's hard to say. The scale for this is unmatched, that is for sure. I mean, the units look pretty cool as well. Whether they could have more variety, I don't know. I know that they already have quite a few. It's a shame that they can't, like, that they haven't done sort of, like, unique, like, individual regiments, a bit like NTW3. But it's certainly very, very cool. They've still got some cool units. Wolf Light Battalion, for instance. I mean, yeah, the sounds are very interesting as well. I kind of like them. I feel like cannons are very, very powerful in this one. I feel like in NTW3, most cannons just get up. Like, when you get hit by a cannon, you're getting up. It just does damage to morale. And this, they're actually killing guys. But yeah, this is a bit of a box that's been formed up here. And the French are going to walk into these attack columns here. And yeah, these Russians need to start opening up onto the Frenchies here. They can get some good shots in a moment. The Russians can hit them from the flank and also from the front. They can get some good hits here. Yep, the Fusilier battalions, they're moving up. They're getting into the city, bit by bit. We'll see how they do. Vetterberg, yeah, is not really making much progress across this river. So he's going to try again now. Here he comes, Wolf Light Battalion. They're coming across infantry regiments here. He's edging forwards. The Russians keep moving around. I don't know really, like, if you'd want to get close to the enemy. It's a bit of a risk. I imagine line battles a bit more brutal at that point. Here we go, though. We're going to see a little Jaeger cavalry unit go in here. What they're going to go for. Oh, good hit there by the artillery. Smashing this Russian unit. Can they hit it with the cavalry next? It looks like they're going to go in for it. They might form square, though, in time, which seems ridiculous. After being smashed by a cannon that these guys can then just get up and form square. I feel like that formation should be broken. But it looks like the cavalry's going to fail. This little Jaeger unit is losing. Yeah, the musketeers fully form their square now. And the mounted rifles are just sitting behind ready to support, I guess. Russia also went forward with some hussars. They failed to break through. And yeah, look at this. So many squares being formed. Insane. I'm so used to NTW3 now. It's just seeing like multiple squares like that lined up next to each other. It seems a bit wrong. March on, boys. March on. Yeah, it really seems like they're going for Van Damme. Van Damme's only got, well, he's got less than half his bodyguard left. Generals are just a big old target this game. They really are. Chevaliers is the life, like, Chevaliers going in. So these are the elite cavalry. And in goes the bayonets as well. So yeah, Vetterberg now getting stuck in. There's bayonets. He's also going for cannons. I think that might have been his main target. But he's stuck into both. I feel like a bayonet charge should, like, be pretty negative to a square. Yeah, Wolf Light Battalion there, all forming square.
Our men are running for
More of these mounted rifles breaking, surprisingly. I mean, I know the Wolf Light Battalion formed square, but they don't have any bayonets. Again, the cavalry going in. This is a live Chevalier again. I don't know if it's the same one. This unit didn't form square, though, I don't think. At least it doesn't seem like it has. So they might have got away with this one. Again, cavalry doesn't seem like it's able to break through. It's tired, I guess, so it might have had some effect, but I'm not sure. Over on this far side here as well, look at this. We are in a big melee fight here now taking place. We've got French hussars going in. And we've got reserve cuirassiers. Is a big unit of cavalry, 160-man unit. They are in the classic blue and like red sort of look. And they're going in there. Don't know why again we've lost audio. There it's coming back slowly. Maybe it's just moving over to the other side kind of throws it off. I don't really know. What else we got in here? Battalion of Fusiliers. Looks like maybe also the Marines. And there, but yeah, they're all battling away, trying to get stuff done. And we also have the like guard cuirassiers in here of Russia. So yeah, elite cav, elite infantry, all being thrown in here. Again, like got lancers just charging into squares. Like, come on, guys, come on. I saw a volunteer battalion down there. I think is what I saw. So I was imagining that. Maybe I was imagining that. Maybe it's musketeers.
glorious victory, sir, is soon to be yours.
Apparently, glorious victory is soon to be someone's. I don't know if it is. I feel like we're still very much in the early stage of this game. And you can see a lot of uncommitted units here in this battle still. Seems insane. The Polish Lancers there stabbing away, doing what work they can. I mean, these Fusilier battalion definitely look like they are just like from base vanilla. which is fine. I mean, it's basically they had Fusiliers of the line, if I remember rightly, in vanilla as well, so it makes sense. But yeah, lots of Russians now breaking here. We got the Chevalier Guards breaking as well. Certainly got lots of Musketeers breaking. Yeah, the cuirasses here breaking through. We got Pavlos Grenadiers going in. They're trying to hold the line. These big, angry Grenadiers trying to do their utmost to defend against the French invader. But yeah, they are fully into the back line, so you can see the reserve cuirasses. I think they're going after von Benningsen again. I'm pretty sure he's dead. Or maybe it's the second von Benningsen. But yeah, they are fully broken through now, are the French. The cuirasses are very much in the back line. They are very tired, though. They need to be careful. They need to get some energy back and then go back in. We've got more guard cuirasses over here as well. They're trying to stop those Frenchies. French also over here. Battling Wave, Fusilier Battalion against the Musketeer. I'd imagine the Russians are better melee stats, but I might be wrong. Might have equaled the French. Russia's always seen as this like very melee heavy faction. And they might be after beating those battalion of the Fusilier. But yeah, I don't know. On this side, it's not looking so great for the Russians. A lot of cav here. The guard, like cuirass, is still holding on. And squares, I guess, can be formed. I don't know. Yeah, squares are being formed actually, and they're shooting some shots. Good to see that. So yeah, that's all going on that flank there. It seems like we got a cavalry or something way in behind.
Are running, sir.
Okay, there was a cavalry unit way in behind here. They actually managed to get a guard cuirass in behind. 39 men and it broke, taking out. It's like a howitzer here, a Prussian howitzer, the Weddenberg. So, well, that's meant that this cavalry here doesn't need to keep retreating back. You got the, I think these are like the Chevaliers, Lancers of the Guard. These are like the Les Rouges, aren't they? Like, they have those in NCW3 as well, if I remember. So they're pretty. They just look very different. What else do we have? Yeah, seems like Weddenberg's been forced back across the river. He's still having to fight there. Russia is looking like he's going to make an offensive though. Musketeer Battalion. We also have the militia. That's moving forward. They're moving up against some battalion of the conscripts here. They're going to go in for them. Not a bad idea, to be fair. Conscripts are probably the easiest stuff to take out. It looks like the French are slowly being beaten back in the reserve of the cuirassiers here. Slowly being killed off. I don't know if reserve cuirassiers just means a big unit of cuirassiers instead of a normal size unit, or whether it's actually like a provisional cuirassier unit, which would mean it's not as good. Honestly, could be either. Musketeers firing as well into this fight. Don't know how good an idea that is. They will kill some of their own men. It looks like they are, yeah. The Chevalier, the Guard cuirassiers there lost. And in fact, the French ones have won. So they barely hold on. And actually, there's another Guard unit over here. Got Napoleon inside a square. Inside the square of the old Guard here. Okay. Didn't realize it was in that bad a state that Napoleon needed to be defended.
Our men are running, sir.
Here you go, though. Those reserve cuirassiers won again. Another general's been killed, though, but this time it's on the French side. And oh, yeah, they managed to get this Chevalier of the Guard back in here. Don't know whose general they've killed. I'm going to say probably Weddenberg's by the looks of it. Looking at that, they have no general on the front lines. Yeah, I'd say that's a good guess. Another battle going on in here. Looks like they're now fighting some French. I don't know where the French are though. There's a French unit here. Oh, it's tiny. It's a Jaeger Swiss. That's why. I was like, what are they fighting? It's the tiniest unit ever of Jaegers. Russia looks like he's about to go in here with his musketeer battalion, go inside these attack columns. Not sure that was a good idea. I imagine the French attack column is pretty good in melee, because that's probably what it's designed for. But yeah, in they go, and now we have a bit of a bayonet fight going on amongst the town here. And they are fighting on in. I don't know what. Yeah, I don't know why the audio keeps cutting out occasionally. We've got Old Guard over here as well. What do we have here? Young Guard. These guys are in normal formation, so I don't know why the other one was in loose formation. Whether that was an accident, whether they can just go into it, or yeah, it was a strange thing. But yeah, more guardsmen over here. They're gonna be tough to break through. And yeah, lots of Fusiliers here patiently
Our
waiting.
men are running, sir.
I'm sure that's a nice big target there. Yeah, look at that. I mean, that's such a nice target for the artillery. I mean, a fair few get up, but a fair few also are staying down dead. There's a lot of that attack column there got hit in one way or another. The attack column did win. It did, in fact, round down musketeer battalions, so good on them. The center force over here for Russia has definitely thoroughly beaten the Wettenberg army here. Russian cav is still in behind. It's still like Guard Chevalier here. They don't really want to go in. They've got the 3rd Regiment of the Cuirassiers here. They could probably deal with that unit alone. But they also have the Guard Chevaliers. I would have thought they could have dealt with them as well, but I don't know. They're dancing about that a little bit. Russia seems to have reclaimed this flank here. The Musketeer battalions. The French still have battalion conscripts. They still have the Guard as well. But that is really it. That big push by the French here sort of worked and sort of didn't. Got a battalion of Fusiliers here as well. What is in that building? Musketeers. Oh, lots of Musketeers. Okay, they are not taking that anytime soon. And now Russia is falling on the flank of this unit here. It's going to be forced to retreat very, very shortly. Got those Old Guard on horseback there. They're still a very nasty force to be contending with. See how they can do. I don't know how long left there is in this battle, but timer is saying 29 minutes. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. The Russians don't seem like they're about to back down. They still have plenty of reserves, in the French still have plenty of troops themselves, and still seem like they have no idea how they're going to break through this line. Artillery here set up, 6-pounders. They're getting hit hard, I think, by musket fire. Maybe things seem to level up a lot as well in this mod. Down to 1 gun. Yeah, the crew are getting absolutely pummeled here. They really are. Old Guard here, yeah, doing some good damage. Musketeer battalion. Oh no, I was like, Musketeer battalion for the French? No, it's the Young Guard. They're moving across. 70 of them left. They're gonna go in for the artillery, I think. Deal with that, and then maybe work their way down the line.
Our men are
Here we
running,
go.
sir.
French artillery. Sorry. French Young Guard take the artillery piece. Now can they charge down the line? Carry on after these guys? I don't know if that will work. But they can give it a go. And they're going to do exactly that. And yeah, the French going in. This is Musketeer battalion unit that just rallied. Now retreating. And we've got the Old Guard coming across along with attack columns and Fusiliers. Yeah, they're going to carry on down this line. And as soon as they see a gap in the line, they're going to try and go for that. Not a bad idea. These houses hold like absolutely huge amounts of men. They just fully put a full unit in there. Look to the Musketeers breaking there. It's still going. It's a pretty brutal fight. It just doesn't feel like it's. I don't know. Russia's now just absolutely annihilated what is remaining in Wittenberg. Poor guys. Without a general, they were leaderless and easy pickings for the Russians. But yeah, now that you can see on the map here, there's a big hole in the line where there was Wittenberg. Now this Russian army can either go one way or the other and help deal with the French. But yeah, it doesn't feel like it's just brutal as much as in N2E3, but maybe I'm just wrong. I mean, it just seems...
Sir,
the volleys don't
sir,
seem like
our general is under attack.
hard hitting. Yeah, here we go. France is now retreating. He's probably going to form up a bit of a flank here. Protect against the new Russian threat. Got conscripts here. They are going to be that flank. And it seems like the conscripts can hold. They're actually okay. Seems like a well-known strategy to spam out the conscripts because they actually do okay. I guess maybe just don't hit a lot. The Frenchies there, all on parade, basically just waiting for something to happen. A young guard still in that strange formation. Form up into line, you fools. They're going to be needed on the front line. Yeah, Russians now look like they are planning to pivot onto this French force here. We have a tiny little reserve of cuirassiers left here. Also, what is this? Oh, and that other regiment of cuirassiers in the lances of the guard, like the chevaliers of the guard. You got cuirassiers back there for the Russians, just like basic ones. But yeah, maybe they can now go into this cavalry here. I don't know. I mean, the infantry can push, and because it knows it can form square, it's got no real threat from cavalry. What has gone into this building here? Old Guard in this building against the militia. I'd imagine the Old Guard are going to win this fight. There's no way that the best infantry in Europe loses. Look at all these militia patiently waiting, like, for their turn. Go on to the next layer. Can't do this in NTW3. Just gonna have a little tour of the house. I imagine the bottom layer is very much controlled by, yeah, Old Guard. Look at this murder on the ground floor. Oh, Pavlov's Grenadiers also come in though. Look at this. It's not over yet for the Old Guard. They're gonna have a fight with one of the finest regiments in all of the Russian army. One of the most iconic for sure. That's cool though. Go back outside the building now. See what else is going on. Russians do look like they're about to crumble though. They've got their musketeer battalions here starting to waver. I'd imagine in a sustained fight, the Russians can't win, but maybe I'm wrong. I imagine the French have better shooting stats. Well, I'd imagine most of them. There are... doesn't help what are you doing? Firing side on, you're probably doing damage to your attack column here. And they're also getting shot in the side by enemies. That's not good either.
Our men are running, sir.
Looks like the French have been kicked out, yeah. The Pavlovsk Grenadiers and that other like militia unit there have held on. I think the guard are gone. I think they've been kicked out. We'll have a look. Yeah, fully gone. The Old Guard is out of there. That is a win. Somehow they got a little cuirassier unit into the back. Well, of course, somehow they are literally in behind of the Russians here. Taking out a little Jaeger Swiss unit there. That's easily done. Now they need to charge on what we got here. We got Jean-Baptiste Jouer, which is now here as well. He must be quaking in his boots. I imagine they're going to go for him. Yeah, Cuirassiers here going in for him. They're very tired, but it doesn't really matter because they are probably going to kill him off. Can't imagine a general's bodyguard does much against Cuirassiers, but we'll see. And with this death, I mean, I'm going to say that he dies with his death. That's probably going to do a lot of damage to the French here as well. Fusiliers are trying to form the V for victory here against the house. Maybe try and, you know, use that sort of mentality to try and take the house with the V of victory. What do we got here? Cuirassier units getting gradually shot down to the waist. Doing some damage to these, this heavy cav. In it goes finally. It's active. They're probably going to just form square. So the Cuirassier gets wasted. Personally, I think they've got to get rid of the square function for most units. So every single musketeer can form square is a bit ridiculous. I certainly think it kind of gets rid of, like, the hitting power of the cavalry is just not there anymore. And cavalry, obviously, kind of like their charges, quite often change the face of the battle. Drouot has got out of there, though. I think they've routed that Cuirassier. But the Russians are in behind here. They've got musketeer battalions that are about to sandwich the French here. Once they do it with that French army, they can move over to this side and try and help support this side here. Again, we got the reserve of the Cuirassiers there. Looks like this unit didn't form square. Lifeguard foot battalion as well. It's an elite unit of infantry. And there you go. I think finally a reserve of Cuirassiers has finally met its match in the Lifeguard foot. Grenadier battalions as well moving up there. Looks like, look at this. Eagerly moving on now, the Russians. They're not slowing down. They're going in. Russian Legion, Russian-German Legion going in as well. And these are just skirmishes. Go in and take these out and you can get into the backs of these units. Cause all sorts of problems here. Yep, I mean, in they go now. Should rout these trilliers pretty easily. Or voltigeurs. The conscripts also fighting away, doing their bit. I don't think they're going to hold very long, though. They will not want to fight against angry Russians. What's broken there? The Lifeguard broke. Shattered. And here we go. More Russians are appearing to replace that guardsman. Yeah, they got rid of those battalion of voltigeurs. Now they're going to just be able to keep swinging around, keep threatening the French. Yeah, the French are fully pulled back on the side. They're not interested in assaulting this town on that end at all. Yep, looks like the Russians have helped clear up this sandwich here in the center, or on the on the right. I guess in the center of this this city, you could say. Yeah, the French are running now. They've got a few units of fusiliers left and attack columns, and that is it. No, I don't think they have their general, but I could be wrong. Oh no, Drouot is still alive. Of course he is. He's evaded capture multiple times now. Yeah, look at this. The Russians are not slowing down. They're just trying to catch these Fusilier battalions before they can set up. In you go, boys. Kill every last damn one of them. They're stacking up units though a little bit here. Whether they can flank this unit, I don't know. But yeah, that's going to be hit by artillery or something, that is. Russians here again dealing with conscripts pretty effectively. Well, I'll say that as a grenadier unit gets broken by conscripts. That seems crazy. Crazy. But they managed it. They've held on. Ready, musketeers! Turn and face! Send your French foes to hell. But these are still healthy units as well. So yeah, I don't know. I just don't feel like we just saw that volley there. Just don't feel like it's very heavy hitting. I mean, it doesn't help with the audio. It's kind of gone. I don't know why that is as well. But yeah, I just don't feel like, even though they got the cool smoke, it's like doing a lot of damage. That's what I'm feeling like. I'm like, oof, not wincing thinking that was painful. I don't know what these Chevalier Lancers are being hit by. But they're being hit by something. Here we go. Old guard back into the front line. 8-pounders here as well. And it looks like we're going to see a mounted rifle or something go in. No, Bennington's going in. Oh my gosh, sitting in the general. I hope this is the dead general's bodyguard or something. There goes the old guard. They're going to countercharge. Because if that general bodyguard is the one that's still alive, that is a very silly thing to do. But here we go. They're going to carry on in. Looks like they did not form square either. The Russians could be in trouble here. This charge from the old guard cavalry. I mean, it got these guys under red. Slicing and dicing these guys. They should rout. Yeah, there you go. They're gone. Can they get the next one? I don't know. They are also engaged over here. Whether this cavalry can just rear charge these Russians. Oh, they found more units that can go into here. More musketeers. Pavlos grenadiers as well. More units of Russians being broken there. This unit is on an absolute rampage. It's down to 30 men left, though. And it has got to Bennington again. I don't know whether he actually has a general left. We'll see. He's routed. If he hits that red line, which he should, that's him gone. Yeah, that is him gone. There you go. The French have broken through there once again. Can they go for a rear charge on this musketeer battalion? Surely that is the next easy target to take out. Do some classic hammer and anvils. There you go. Easily routed them as well. Shattered. Gone. Boom. The French may be able to turn this around on this flank here. We'll see. The Russians here not in good shape at all. But the Russians are also... Well, actually, the Russians were rolling down this flank here. They've been sent packing. What by? Young Guard. Okay. There's still hope for the French. Here we go. Russians coming forward. They're going for a bayonet charge by the looks of it. Come on, boys. No fear for the Tsar. And then they go. Sounds like they're just like having a bit of a grumble or something like that to the Russians when they go to melee. Like, blah, 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 blah. Don't mind us, we're just grumbling about the world. Looks like these colonel attack, these like attack columns, that's what they are. They ain't they aren't actually that good. Just got routed instantly. Fusiliers also losing slightly. Got a general over here. We've got Drouot. He's still being shot at. Get back on your horse, you madman. The Russians are coming. They routed more units here. Can they carry on down the line? But yeah, it looks like the Russians should mop up the French on this side. There's not many of them left. Yeah, it looks like they are pretty much defeated here, the French. And the Russians did beat Wettenberg, so they won this top half. Now they're just going to come march down here and deal with the remaining French. But the French had a bit of revival with that old Guard cavalry. What is that? that? Oh, there's still the Grenadiers and the Old Guard there. They matched up with the Old Guard infantry. Take this building if they wanted to. Make it their outpost. Musketeer battalion here is next to go. I think, to be honest, the Old Guard just charging melee. You got a good chance you win. Musketeers already quaking in their boots. They are. There's still a healthy amount of infantry here, though. They keep shifting. Whether it's scared all the conscripts ahead of them, I don't know. That unit broke, wow, in square. I think it just got charged. Well, I think they just put a volley or something into them. I don't know. Broke very easily, though. Napoleon here is pulling off a bit of a miracle right now. Yeah, the Old Guard. Cav and Old Guard infantry. They're just making sure this unit doesn't return. Just going to milk some kills. How dare they? How dare you? Yeah, it looks like they're just making sure that unit never returns properly. And it looks like they're now shifting across troops. Infantry, this seems to move a lot quicker as well. I've realized that. These guys are moving very quickly. And you don't need to form column like you do in NTW3. Just stay in line. Set up much quicker. And they can fire into the Grenadier of the Cheval here, I think. Get rid of them for good. But yeah, Russia needs to get a move on. They need to get a shuffling over here. I mean, I just said that units can move pretty quickly. I'm expecting to see it now. Drouot's still alive. He's not on the map. I guess generals don't show up on the map.
This building has fallen
there,
to the enemy.
He's there doing stuff. Building's fallen to the enemy. Okay, so we just got conscripts in this building. Guess gives supporting fire. See what the next move is for the French. What do we got back here? Italian conscripts. Italian. Yeah, not much. Just need to get these conscripts up here then and try and, like, I don't know, give the Old Guard a bit of a time to freshen up, you know, get revived if needs be. Like, these Grenadiers and the Old Guard infantry have done a lot of heavy lifting. This Fusilier unit's flying down to 43 men. I just said that they won't go that low. Seems like they will. I'm surprised. I'm going to fast forward a little bit because seems like France and Russia just kind of slowing down a little bit here. We still got the Fusilier. Yeah, that Fusilier unit should probably break in a moment. Still getting chevrons though. Jeez. Like I said, units in this seem like they chevron up very easily. Like in NCW, yeah, that one's done it again. Look at that. Just got another chevron.
We have killed their general.
I'm surprised they do that.
Now they must break.
A general's dead. Whose general's dead? Oh, I think that's Drouot. I think might have just been killed. Oh no, it's Bennigsen. I think. Oh no, was it Bennigsen killed Drouot? I think he might have killed Drouot. I think there must have been two Bennigsens here. Yeah, but yeah, Drouot is dead. Sad times. Sad times indeed. They're bringing over everything. They're bringing over their unicorns, the howitzers. Yeah, they're bringing literally everything to bear now onto the French. Poor guys. Yep, here we go. The order to advance has been given. The musketeers are going forward. They're going to try and rout what remains of the French here. I don't know how long the average sort of like field command battle goes on for, but they do seem very long. I don't know. That's just how I felt a little bit. I feel like this is like very tactical, very. At the very beginning, it was very, very sort of like stalemate. Neither side really wanted to make a move. And then it was only really with Wettenberg's defeat that we've seen a lot more movement going on, I feel like. Infantry as well is a lot more accurate in this mod. I'm seeing a lot more troops drop in a volley. Come on, conscripts! Prove your worth. Prove that it was worth giving you that gun. Fusilier's here, they're not yet in the fight, I guess not in range. Young Guard here forming square. Don't know if that's really the right formation for forming right now. No cavalry behind us there. No, can't see any Russian cav. Yeah, Young Guard's broken. jeez, yeah, they are pounding away right now. There you go, yeah, conscripts gone, worked their way along now. That line they could. Russians here forming square. They're getting charged by conscripts and also old guard cavalry here. See how that goes. We've already routed one unit here. They might get a second. Yeah, I don't feel like the French have moved at all here in this field. They've like got to this tree line, and that was all they've held. That's where they stood. That's it. Conscripts here, shifting more troops across. The Russians still have multiple armies on the way, though. That's the thing. Like they could defeat these Russians, but they won't defeat the next wave, I don't think. Looks like they did send that other Russian unit packing, though. The conscripts and the grenadiers of Cheval there. They managed to together to ride their units. They're literally down to 12 guys. My gosh. You're too elite, guys. You're too elite. Doing a good job. But we'll fast forward again as we're getting through this battle. It's just a bit of a line fight right now taking place. We've got Pavlov's grenadiers in behind. They're losing. Because in a missile fight, well, they're getting shot at, I guess, from like units, bullets that just fly through and don't hit the front line. Conscripts here, though, yeah, it's like the flank every time for the conscripts. It seems the one there gets a little bit damaged, does some, and that breaks, and then they'll work their way along. This unit also not looking too great here. They're starting to slowly die of these conscripts. On firing. Barely see anything. Oh my gosh. The artillery going on is pretty insane. Let's get rid of the map. We don't need the map anymore. Fusiliers now getting involved. Seems like some of these conscripts are about to break. Musketeer battalion here. If we could just set up, just fire a few volleys into the side, that might be enough. I also think it's because these units are running. They're walking. They just kick up a lot of dust. I was thinking that these guys might be running. That's why there's so much dust kicking about, but it's not. So the unicorns are firing, which is good to see. That's probably doing morale damage to some of these units over here. I don't know if the Russians aren't getting chevrons. The French all seem to be getting chevroned up. These conscripts are fighting down to like 60 men. Ferocious fighting. There you go. That musketeer battalion's just got a chevron. Finally, some justice for the for the Russians there. They're retreating other conscripts, I guess, because they're seeing these flanking musketeers coming in. And it's not going to be the first. It's not the last one that's going to be flanking. Oh yeah, these Russians have all got some chevrons. Guess these guys have seen a bit more action. These are all hidden. They can't see these Russians. Oh boy, are they in for a surprise when the amount of Russians appears out of the forest. There go the rest of the French. They're retreating. Run for your little lives. Go back to Paris. Moscow will stay Russian. I've lost good enemies here. They could surely go into melee against that unit down there, the battalion conscripts. I mean, I would be scared too of the Grenadiers Cheval, but I feel like they've seen their action. They're done. More conscripts here breaking. Seems like, yeah, main infantry actually probably means conscripts today. Oh, here you go. They're going to charge in those Grenadiers Cheval. One last hurrah. 4 of them made it to the front lines, and they still... Oh, they finally broke, I think. They finally are routing. My gosh. 4 guys left is what it took. Now the Pavlos Grenadiers can march forward. They don't have to worry about anything. The infantry here should just swarm what remains of the French in that town. Here we go. Aggregation going in against Napoleon himself. The 2 commander-in-chiefs clashing. Napoleon, I think, got a worse off job there. He's been hit hard. And he's routing. Napoleon has fled. There he is. You coward, Napoleon. Stand and fight with your men. And that is going to be this battle, I imagine. I imagine that's going to shatter morale. Whether they'll actually try and kill him off, I don't know. He's long gone, is Napoleon. They won't get him. But Bagration is going to go in and he's going to try and, I guess, get the artillery. That's probably the next thing. Oh no, he's going...
Your general has been killed.
Okay, he went in for squares. Okay, interesting move. Interesting move there from the Russians. Could have charged the square. Could have charged squares or artillery. Chose the square. These units are being hit hard by artillery while in square. That's not a good look. And these Russians here. These musketeers is going to start poking away. Still not broken. There's still like 2 minutes left of this battle. There you go, Pavlos Grenadiers over here. Still trying to break these conscripts. Now they can storm this building if they chose to. There's also conscripts outside. They should just charge them as well. Like, these conscripts are leaderless now. There are no French generals left. Kill them all. Make sure there's not a single Frenchie left in this town. Looks like the French still holding on for a moment. Oh, Rial's still alive though. We still have Charles Rial over here. They do still have a general. I was wrong. This might be the commander of these remaining French troops. I don't know. He looks like he's going to charge forward. I don't know. He's going between his... He's going to get shot by his own French troops in a moment if he's not careful. He's going to the Russians here. They're going to form a square. I imagine the same might happen to Rial that happened to Bagration here. He's going to get shot to pieces. Yeah, he's broken as well. I'm pretty sure he got executed by his own men. Pretty sure that was the case. I don't think that was Russians at all. We've got Bennigsen here. He's in the back lines. He's got this gun. Very nicely done. He needs to be careful he doesn't get killed now, though. Morale, though, is like at rock bottom now for the French. They are finished. The building's been captured. And this should be the final unit to be killed off. And then that will be the battle here today. There you go. That should be the... We should have an end screen in a moment, I imagine. And the Frenchies should be finished. There you go. A victory for the Russians. So, this was sent in by Dan the Mantis, who was playing as one of the Russian armies. Got over 2,000 kills. I mean, I'm not surprised. Most of these armies should, because there was 35,000 on the field or something like that. Something insane. So yeah, a huge like, thank you for Dan sending this one in. It was interesting. I enjoyed trying out Field Command Total War. It was certainly something very different. So yeah, well done to Dan, to MC Christ, to Malanya Fee. I probably butchered that name, sorry. Galleon family as well. Well done as the Russians holding on to Moscow. Did a very good job. We got Coco, Trey, Izolt Dragev. I probably butchered that name as well. And Jack, a much easier name to say. Well, until you guys all did a very good job. I think Jack got the most kills actually. Oh no, Galleon family got 2,500. My gosh. We'll have a quick look at kills. Musketeer Battalion, 268 kills. Yeah, look at this. Unicorn, 213 kills. Insane. Pavlos Grenadier, 144. 143 with the 6-pounders. Yeah, a lot of good units did well. German Legion Battalion, 137. Yeah, some good kills there. I'll let you have a look at all those if you want to have a look at those. But thank you very much, Dan, for sending this one in. Let me know, guys, what you think about Field Command Total War. Would you like to see more of it? Certainly interesting. The scale is immense. Certainly some big, epic battles. But yeah, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and a comment to show your support. Feel free to join my Discord if you want to get involved in anything Napoleonic Total War, and I'll see you in the next one.